Good morning, welcome to the Business Update segment. On today's stories, beginning with President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has announced an increase in the producer price of cocoa, raising it from 3,000 Ghana cedis to 3,100 Ghana cedis per 64 kg bag, marking a 0.03% rise for the 2024-2025 crop season. This adjustment reflects efforts to align cocoa prices with trends. Speaking at the National Farmers' Day Awards in Accra on November 8, the president stated, based on the recommendation of the Producer Price Review Committee, I declare an increase in the producer price of cocoa from 48,000 Ghana cedis to 49,600 Ghana cedis per ton, and from 3,000 Ghana cedis to 3,100 Ghana cedis per bag. This follows my directive to the minister to conduct periodic review to help stabilize farmers' income. In our second story, the Ghanaian government plans to re-enter the domestic bond markets for non-resident investors as early as next year, ahead of the usual 2 to 4 year recovery period following its domestic debt exchange program completed in September 2023. Samuel Akus, Director of the Treasury and Debt Management, noted that this aligns with Ghana's fiscal strategy and reflects improved economic conditions. Inflation, which peaked at 54% in 2022, has decreased to 22.1% as of October 2024, creating a more favorable environment for bond issuance. While non-residents have been limited in market access, their demand remains high. The government is cautiously monitoring investor sentiment before making any decisions on bond issuance. In our last story, on Monday, November 11th, the Bank of Ghana's exchange rate indicated that the Ghana cedis buys at 16 Ghana cedis 34 pesos per dollar and sells at 16 Ghana cedis 36 pesos per dollar. For the pound sterling, it buys at 21 Ghana cedis 0.7 pesos and sells at 21 Ghana cedis 10 pesos per pound sterling, while the euro buys at 17 Ghana cedis 49 pesos and sells at 17 Ghana cedis 51 pesos. The cedis has been under substantial pressure against key foreign currencies, with the Institute of Economic Affairs reporting a 74% decline in its value against the dollar over the past 3 years. It's depreciated by 30% in 2022, 27.8% in 2023, and nearly 29% in 2024 to date, which IEA described as a huge depreciation by all standards. This is how we wrap up for the Business Update segment. I am Clement Yabankwe. Do enjoy the rest of the show.
Clog TV. Hi. This is the main segment of Cocoa Digest Morning Show. Here we are talking everything FDA. We have here in the studio a directorate from the FDA. She is in the person of Madam Maria Abba Lovelace Johnson. Wow, such a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Yes, and she is, as I said, the Inspector of Directorate.
The Director of Inspectorate.
It's rather the, okay, so Director of Inspectorate for the Food and Drugs Authority. Hi, you're welcome once again. Yeah, to start with, I want to ask of the role of the FDA.
Okay, thank you very much, and let me say good morning to all your listeners. The role of the FDA, or the mandate of the FDA, is very well spelled out in the Public Health Act 851. And that is, we are responsible for the protection of public health and safety as long as these products are concerned. Food, drugs, medical devices, cosmetics, household chemical substances, tobacco, biologics. And we ensure that these are safe, efficacious, and of good quality.
Okay.
So all these products are regulated by us. Those that are locally imported, locally manufactured, and those that are imported. So we ensure that you use these products and you are safe. You do not have any ill effects after using the products.
Okay. So if someone who prepares Shito, am I supposed to bring my product to you to inspect it for me?
Absolutely. You're supposed to bring your products, and then we are supposed to go to the facility where you're producing the product from.
Okay. Kindly take us through the process.
Okay, so it's not just the end product. So when you have a product that you want registered, first and foremost, the facility where it's being produced must be licensed. If you are importing the product as well, there are some products that we have done some risk profiling for and come up with the requirement of having the facilities inspected outside the country.
Okay.
And then the storage facilities will also be inspected, because it's not just about manufacturing the products.
Okay.
After manufacturing, there is storage and distribution.
Okay.
So those practices will also be looked at, and that entails looking at where the products are stored or kept and how they are distributed. So when you come to FDA with your products, because for you as a consumer, as the manufacturer or importer, all you want is a product registered.
Out there in the market. Yeah.
So the prerequisite number one is facility licensing. So you pick up 2 forms, or you print it off the internet, because we have them on our websites, and then you get the facility license form filled or completed first. They can actually even run concurrently, but the ideal thing is to have your facility licensed, then the product registration comes in. However, as I said, they can run concurrently. Okay. So you can pick these 2 forms, you complete the facility licensing form, submit it at our client service, the friendliest ever client service in this country.
Is the FDA?
Is the FDA.
Okay.
We have a very friendly, very efficient client service. So you get it submitted there. And then you take the products as well. If you've already imported it, or actually you cannot do the importation without registration, but if you have a sample or you have something small, something that you want to show. So that's why I said ideally you should even have the facility license before you do but sometimes people have them already some way, somehow. So you bring the product to, and the registration form, you complete it, submit it. You will need what we call the certificate of analysis. And that is because the onus lies on you, the manufacturer or importer, to prove that the product you are bringing in is safe and of good quality.
All right.
So you have to have a certificate of analysis telling us that the product is safe and will not cause harm when consumed according to its intended purpose. So you get that, and then your business registration certificate. And that is because we deal with business entities. We do not deal with individuals. We can't just say there is a product, Adwoa Mansa brought it, and there is a problem. How do you go looking for Adwoa Mansa in the country, in the market, or where? But if it is a registered entity, we know that we are dealing with such a business entity. So we need a business registration certificate, and so that's what the certificates of analysis, business registration. You complete the form. You add a label to it, a label that is the final products label. We have what we call labeling regulations, the LI 1541, that tells us that you should have the name of the product, the best before date, the ingredients of the product there. You should have the storage facilities, if any. That's one. And then if you have any instructions, we'll use that one too, is if any. And then the mandatory ones, you should have the net weight or net volume. So in effect, the net content. You should have the batch number. You should have the country of origin. And you should have the name and address of either the packer, distributor, importer, someone to get to when there's a problem with the product. At least the general public should have that. For us, FDA, we will have your completed forms that will have even more details, that we know where to go to if there is a problem.
Sorry, my producer will bring you some water.
Okay. So with the facility license and B2, you need the food handlers test. You cannot just produce any food without us telling us that your food handlers are medically certified to produce food for consumption. You're using Shito is your example. So everything I'm talking about is more like the food. And then also so the food handlers test and the business certificate and all that you bring in for the registration, you do the same for the inspection for the facility. Then you give us your location so that we'll know where to go. So this is for either imported. The imported will also have the storage facility, so they will all have what we require. So we'll know where the products are and go and see where it is.
Yeah, so thank you so much, and we'll continue the conversation. You know, you can join the conversation at a point. You can send in your messages, you can send in your opinions, you can ask questions, and we'll make sure we'll solicit all the information or answers you need. And now, so we have our numbers displayed on the screen. 0500-500-421. You can call in after the first segment. Yes, for now you can send in your messages. If you are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube, you can send in your comments and your opinions in the comment section. Yeah, so that's it. We continue our conversation. Now we are talking about licensing when it comes to a local product. Do you have international standards you meet when you are dealing with local products? Because we do importation, and some of the products also are being exported as well. So we have to meet international standards. Do you check all these things?
Thank you very much. Yes, we do check very much according to the international standards.
Very.
For, once again, back to your Shito example, we have what we call the Codex Alimentarius Commission. That is a body in charge of food products in the whole world. It's a UN group.
Okay.
The World Health Organization and the Food and Agriculture Organization have come together and formed that. And that is a system that runs globally. Ghana is a member, and so we abide by the standards. So we have international standards for all of that. We, so talking about with local, regulation is not done in isolation. In as much as we have these global standards, we also have to look at how we can localize ours. And so we even have come up with what we call the progressive licensing scheme, where we can localize ours and help our local industry grow.
Okay.
According to the government's industrialization agenda.
Okay.
So we have not watered down the standards. We have not compromised safety, food safety, but we have brought it to a level where any and everyone can have something to do that is still compliant.
Okay.
And that is what we call the food and the progressive licensing scheme. And that is where your question comes in. Yes, we go with the international standard. We have a number of companies that can meet that.
Okay.
And you get your license. But before we started the progressive licensing scheme, we had companies that could not even come to FDA because they were nowhere near us, as in our standards. And so the main goal or the mandate of the FDA is to ensure the protection of public health and safety. So our chief executive was like, if it is that we are protecting public health and safety, and we still have people having things like the Shito you used as your example, not registered. They do it in their homes, and maybe put it in their car boots and go to church and tell friends that, oh, I do Shito and everybody give me some and whatever. Our mandate is to ensure the protection of public health and safety. What's happening to that citizen of Ghana that is buying that Shito from that car boot? Is it registered? Is it safe? How is the facility like? Where is it being produced? So for that reason, we have the progressive licenses. Come as you are. We'll find where to put you and get your facility licensed. And then you can get your products registered. So we had this 30 to 44% as a pink license. So you get a pink license, then you know you haven't gotten there. You have work to do. Then we have yellow, which is 45 to 74%.
Okay.
And then we have the green from 75 and above.
Okay.
And that's one you know you are getting there. So we have just likened the pink to a baby that is now just sitting and having pillows being put around and trying to sit so that it can start crawling. The yellow is like you're crawling and starting the tata, and then green, it hits the ground running. So that is how we have tried to, customize it, localize it for the Ghanaian industry. Otherwise, many will not be in the system. And if we see such products on supermarket shelves or in the market, our very vibrant enforcement team will take them off the market. And you that you even have in your shop or on your little table, you are now going to have an issue because the law even says you should not sell the unregistered products.
Yes, but talking about local products, we go a long way when it comes to financing our products or starting a startup. It takes a lot to start a business, and to go through all these processes, it's money. I believe so. Yeah. I want to know whether it's cost friendly, because my mother out there may not be able to register his products from the FDA. How is it friendly to a small joint business? I know you are talking about safety, and we are also considering the monetary aspect too as well.
So it's not difficult at all. Now, as we're speaking, the Ghana Enterprises Agency and the MasterCard Foundation have come together, and they are helping manufacturers, processors, small-scale, micro, cottage industries to do these things.
All right.
And it should be women-led, and they should be 18 to 35 years. And they are looking for 40,000 people.
Okay.
And even they announced it is online and everything. Maybe when I'm done, I can even share the link with you, so you can put it out there. Anybody 18 to 35 years and a woman or a girl, well, 18 to 35. So female. Let me put it that female-led businesses, 18 to 35. This is cost-friendly.
Okay.
They will give you something to start. You have the startup, and then the FDA registration will be free of charge.
Okay.
The FDA facility licensing will be free of charge.
Wow.
And what's good about it, the certificates of analysis that I said you could have gone somewhere to do and all that. When you just come to FDA, we'll do it for you. All you need to say is that you are a GEA agent, or a GEA will bring you. So we are actually collaborating with them. We have our staff in their various business advisory centers. They are there helping, people to, the typical Ghanaian doesn't like writing. So they are there. Okay. This is the FDA form. Oh, me, I can't write. We all do. Even no matter how educated you are, when you go to the bank, you know what the bankers do. Okay, sign here. Sign here. I'll do it for you. And we also gladly do without reading the fine details. So that's how the typical Ghanaian is. And we've taken all that into consideration. If you come to our client service, we are there to help you. Just complete your thing. And then at the business advisory centers, the FDA, we have our staff there. They are really making good use of our national service persons, and they are there helping them complete the forms. And then the money bits that you're concerned about will be taken care of by the GEA in Ghana and the MasterCard Foundation. And so you just come to FDA, not really bothered about anything much. I mean, everything is done for you. GEA will just bring the things and say, these are our people, do it for them. And it's done even faster because these are little companies. And of course, the FDA is a government agency, and we serve the government of the day. And since the government of the day's vision is industrialization, one district, one factory industrialization, we dare not be an obstacle in the way. So we're getting it without compromising safety.
All right. So if you are out there and you are between the age of 18 to 35, you have the opportunity of getting your product approved by the FDA free of charge.
Yes, right. And facility licensed.
All right.
And then you have a training program. We'll put everything in place to because our mandate is ensuring the protection of public health and safety. And as much as we are helping, we do not want to forget about our real mandates.
All right. So just take this opportunity and walk there, and they will be glad to help you. So I want to know, when a manufacturing industry wants their products approved, I know you take samples of the product and you check the quality and everything. But at some instance, quality is compromised. When you go out there in the market, you realize what they said they will do is no longer what they are doing. How do you ensure market after the
So we have a full directorate,
okay,
known as the Enforcement Directorate. That Enforcement Directorate has the Intelligence Department, and it has other departments. It does market surveillance.
market surveillance.
They get in there, and then, hey, the buses are there.
Okay.
Officers hop onto the buses, and this week we are doing, let's say, Ablekuma West, and that's where they are.
Okay.
In various markets, or maybe today, tomorrow, we are taking, so let's say if Accra has 22 districts, so 22 working days in a month, you do here, this one is doing Domi area, this one is doing, so every month there is a plan to go out there to check for such products. And even sometimes we do the risk profiling to even know the products we are looking for.
All right.
And we do mystery shopping. You get there, you buy, and you come to the lab to analyze. Are you selling what you said you will be selling? And we do the unannounced visits at the facilities. The Inspectorate Directorate also does that. So you'll be there and we'll tell you FDA is there. And you know, sometimes they'll be reluctant. What are you coming to do? We just show you a card, ID card, and the law backs us that at any time that is deemed reasonable, we can get into any facility and do our inspection. So we do and see. You told us you'll be putting, let's say, one whatever of oil, 1 liter of oil in your thing. Now, what are you doing? That's just an example. But even we are normally more concerned about things that will have an impact on the safety of the product or may harm you. The quality better, it's quite something we talk about.
Sorry.
That is to say, let's say you have canned mackerel in tomato sauce. You cannot just bring 3 pieces of fish in the tomato sauce and we register. And the next thing we see out there too is that there is only 1 piece of fish and the rest is tomato sauce. Is that so? You should declare your weight and the drained weight. For that, we insist on the drained weight. Otherwise, the weight can be all of tomato sauce and not there.
But during manufacturing, there are products that are defective. So how do you ensure or distinguish between they changing what they said they'll be doing and defective products? Because at some point in time, it's not the fault of theirs, it's the machineries they are using that creates these defectives. So how do you...
So if your machine is efficient, it will not go above a certain percentage of those deficiencies, whatever. You don't have those deficiencies. And there's somebody there to even inspect. After production, there should be inspection. There is an inspection going on. When systems are working, you don't get these failures. I mean, 1 or 2 may come up. But what is it? Is it that the can did not seal well? And if it didn't, why didn't it? So you need to do a root cause analysis of your system. So the quality control thing you put in, as in afterwards, you take samples and you sample and then say 10 pieces out of that. So why has this come up? And we have even moved away from just quality control. We want quality assurance. And the world has done that, and we are doing quality assurance. that's right from the beginning. So it's even from farm to fork or from the paddock to plate. There should be a certain place where you know that at each point in time, you are minimizing the effect of microorganisms or minimizing the microorganisms to the barest level or eliminating them totally. Be it microorganisms, be it some physical hazards or some chemical hazards, whatever hazards that are there, you first even identify. Just as you said that there will be some defective whatever.
Yes.
What do I do to correct it? So you do the preventive actions and corrective actions, you get them already. And once you have even identified what your problem is, I mean, it is always said that the identification of the problem or the cause of the problem itself is half the problem solved. So once you have identified this could be this is a potential problem, then you put things in place to ensure that they do not even happen. And if they happen, how do you prevent recurrence?
Yes.
So if that system goes on well, these defective products will be very few. If they are few, it is very easy to deal with them.
Yeah, so some time back, we saw differences in a product. I think a mineral water, Slim Fit and Slim Fit. Yes, so people were asking whether they are FDA approved and all that because we saw the tax on them. And how do we ensure some of these things are checked? In your regular check-ins, I know you send people out there to fish out some of these competitors who come into the market just to create some sort of, I don't know whether they are coming into the market to get more money or they want to take one market out of business, because some of these things are very detrimental to our health. Slim Fit, we don't even know the difference. Some of us never took particular attention to the words of the labeling. These things, I know you are into labeling, identification and all that. How do we ensure that some of these are right?
The answer to your thing is multifaceted. First and foremost, I remember very well the Slim Fit thing on social media. I think, I'm not very sure because there are so many things. I may have forgotten something. But I think at the end of it, we even realize that it's one of these, things that are generated online, these AI things that I think so. Yeah, that is because I think so. Let me even go ahead and you said something that some of these things are detrimental to your health.
Yes.
How is Slim Fit detrimental to your health if it is that we have registered with?
Yes.
You see,
Okay.
So even if we had registered with, that's an intellectual property kind of thing.
Okay.
It is not the mandate of the FDA to go into, I have my thing looking blue, someone else has the blue and white, and worst case is not with food and other. If it is with medicines, that one we take, because maybe if they look alike and one of them is analgesic, the other is an antibiotic, then you get confused. Yeah, that can be detrimental to your health. But if it is water, and one is blue and white, and it is registered, and it's called Slim Fit, and the other is another blue and white, taking that and all of them, granted that all of them were registered by the FDA, facilities are licensed, how can that be detrimental to your health? So I just want us to get that even correct, even though I cannot just remember. I remember we worked on this very much. I remember us working on it so much. The end results, let me not, just because of our doping, but at the end of the day, it is not a thing to say that you see this malt and milk biscuits. Some of them, because there's a radio TV station, I don't want to mention brands, but what's the name again? Okay, Cocoa. One will be called Cocoa Digest Malt and Milk. It's so yellow and blue. We had maybe one will be Lovelace Johnson multi-milk. It's still yellow and blue. They were there.
Yeah.
These days, I think I haven't seen, but they used to really be. So the first person, I mean, a lot of Ghanaians are copycats, if I should put it that way.
Okay.
They see some other person's product doing well, and then they want to do that.
Okay.
So it's biscuits. So you to go and do the same. Even mackerel in tomato sauce. How many of them don't look like green? And most of them are green and whatever.
Yeah.
And some are red, and some wanted to go off it. And once you decide to go off red, and some other person comes to take your color scheme.
But the quality of the content is what we are looking at.
What you are looking at. So then the point is that if I know that that is my name, but then even the slim and the slim, there is an I and an E.
Okay.
But of course, you know the person who could have done that may want to deceive people. But at the end of the day, if it is that all the products are registered by the FDA, the name shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Once it's not the same name, they may look alike. It's the same, it's not even for the safety. But the fact is, we all have our preferences. I know what I like. I do not have to be deceived into buying something else.
Exactly.
So it's up to me being careful that nobody should turn an E into an I for me.
Okay.
And if an E is turned into an I, you should be able to decipher, and distinguish the two. So really, it doesn't have to do with the food safety. But as I said, that thing, I think it's even never, it was an AI thing.
All right, that's fine. Thank you so much for the correction. Let's take a quick break. And afterwards, you can call in on the numbers displayed on our screen. Don't forget to send your messages and your opinions. You can ask questions. We'll do well to solicit the answers for you. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
unclogged TV. Beyond the policy.
Hi, if you just joined us, this is the Cocoa Digest Morning Show, the main segment, and we are having a chit-chat with the Food and Drugs Authority, and we have Madam Loveless with us. Hi, Madam. Please, we were talking about the regulations and all that. I want to ask, technology now, it's a big thing for us. What is the role of technology in ensuring quality and standard from the FDA?
Well, FDA is one of the most, should I say, IT savvy industry companies. Everything we are doing now is based on technology, even our administrative work. Hitherto, you go to work and then you have your files there, and maybe your boss would have sent you a heap full of. Now it's not like that. Okay. You wake up at 4 a.m. and applications for licensing of facility are dropping in your email. You wake up and they are telling you somebody is producing some sachet water somewhere, that this is a place, and you have it, and technology is giving you the location. Okay. And you wake up at 4 a.m. and this is happening throughout the day. By 10 p.m., even as you are sleeping, you are getting your messages from your boss. Okay. So it's playing a big role, in the sense that we do not work from 8 to 5 anymore.
Okay.
It follows you. As I sit here, my work is following me. Okay. So we are doing a lot of that. Then again, we do laboratory analysis and all of that, and a lot of technology going in there too. Rapid tests are being done. You don't always have to get to the lab before. You can even we have micro labs in various regions. Yeah. And hitherto it had to be a big place, the laboratory, you all know, from secondary schools and all of that. Yes, we still have that, but we have some that are in packs like your makeup bag. Wow. And so it's there, and you can do those testing. I mean, something gets to the border, to the port, and you just don't have to say, let's take it for the next 7 days, get it, there and then. You get it, and then you can do the test there, some rapid test, and then you could get the results, or you could say, in the next 3 days, you can get it, and then we can clear the things, rather than stay till whatever gets all, and then accrue demurrage and all of that. So it's a quick thing. I mean, still with technology, even when we are talking of iodidated salt, that is a mandatory thing. We can take it round. I mean, that's your salt, you take it, then you realize if there is no blue-black thing, then there's no iodine in it. And we have it.
Yeah, so ask this question because in the advent of Galamsey, most of us are concerned about the mercury in our waters. So do you have the technology to check this?
Yes, and even Ghana Water Company does too. So the Ghana Water Company products us, and the water that comes out, mercury, arsenic. And I told you that we take certificates of analysis from people.
Yes.
The certificates of analysis that we get even should give us the fact that there is no mercury, there is no arsenic in it. So we have it going. And as I earlier indicated, the onus lies on the manufacturer to prove that the product is safe. And when they bring it, we also do the verification and ensure that the product is safe.
All right. Before we go on, we have a message here for you in particular. It says, please tell your host her dress is nice. Oh, okay, the host rather. Okay. Can she get it for me? I will get it for you. I will get it for you. Thank you so much. Please keep the comment coming. It's here to address all your concerns. You can call in now on the phone in segment, which is happening now. The numbers are displayed on your screen. Just call, ask questions, your opinions, your concerns. Everything will be addressed here on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. Yeah, so we've spoken about technology, and we've spoken about the small businesses, how you are trying to help them. Let's talk about safety when it comes to sanitation. There are so many businesses, food joints that are open at places they are not supposed to be open. I know you have a surveillance team, a team going about monitoring all these things. But at what point in time do you come? Because I know they should be caught unaware, because these things are affecting us.
We do it all the time.
Okay.
We just, as I said, we get the enforcement team, hops onto the bus, and then they are out there all over.
Okay.
As to whether today will be Ayawaso West or Ayawaso East, that's the team is what, I mean, the team knows that. So that it's not like people go and tell people, and hey, today don't come out and whatever. We just do it anytime, any day. And also, we encourage whistleblowing so much. We encourage it.
Okay.
We tell everybody, if you have it, any water, just give us a tip off and we will go. Give us a tip off, give us the Google location, and we'll get there. We'll not let anybody know that you told us. And then we'll get there and see what is happening there. Because sometimes, yes, as you go in to do the search, it might look like a casual look and all of that. But if you know, if you have a tip off, and you know, we encourage it so much when things are even crossing the border.
Someone wants to ask you a question. The person is calling in right now. Let's take the person. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, sir. Please, how are you doing?
I'm very well. And yourself?
I'm very fine. Please go ahead.
Good. Right. My name is Emmanuel. I want to thank you. I mean, very grateful, very educated. I'm really enjoying it. And thank you, Madam.
Lovely.
My question is, she's explained it well. The impressions are very good. How to explain it. But what is happening? My question, why do you, when you make an application, and then it's supposed to be, it's got a time frame that you get to get it back. It doesn't happen. And sometimes they will tell me that I have a discussion on the product. I'm a victim. I live in London. I've been in the country for 9 months because of the product. I bought all my facilities, spent about $121,000 to get the facility. I've got license, and I've came to them. I've been to them 9 times, traveling from London in and out. When I went to Akamete, the director of food, I spoke to him. He was giving me stories about that they're having a discussion on the product. I've got facility license. I've got another product that I do. And as a Ghanaian, I felt that disappointed because if you got any problem, at least someone needs to communicate. And I specify the gentleman, that I don't live in the country. So I've been going up and down because of the product. I was requested to produce all the requisites and documentation. I went to China, I went to UK, and I came down here to do my analysis unit for the Federal Board. They gave me all documentation, and I was told that there's a meeting being held on the product. Just imagine. And Mama says, the impressions are very good. When you follow it, it doesn't work that way. I like the way she said, Ghanaians don't like writing or reading. Same thing, Ghanaians like giving impressions. So you come and you do, and they block you. And it's so frustrating. And I don't want to go there and I've put all the machines away. I know they give me facilities. I don't want to even do it again. It's my own money. So if you want to take work among your people, I work myself and get the money in there to create employment. And is it how you are treated? And let me tell you what. I got a friend in Lebanon who I brought into the country. He is doing well. He went through the shed. And I'm getting the problem, I'm getting pressure. You have to pass everything away. Why so? And she's saying that it looks like it's just a work crew if you provide the right documentation. And I know where I've lived for 21 years. I will not come here and do something that will put the documented people down. All I did was trying to do the right thing. And I've been like implicated. But Mom has explained things, I don't know. The type of where she's coming from, I'm not saying people are very genuine at the office. But I don't think it's all of them. And two, she's talking about inspectors. The inspectors that come in, the young girls. When you go to someone's premises, you might not know the person from a professional academic background. So you don't go with attitude. And I can give their names. But I'm writing a letter today with a complaint. When you go in there with attitude, like, you might not know the person. You don't like typical Ghanaians, Mom said. Everyone is like, dehydrated. So when you get to the hospital, they put water with you. They just give you some glucose. It doesn't work that way. I cancelled to her. I was just going past and visited a friend, and I have to speak to her for almost 2 hours when I saw Mom on the TV. So if they can collect that, and then within them, when they have a board meeting, you don't treat people like that. Actually, communication is the key in every endeavor that you have when you find yourself in. You communicate with people, so some of us coming from outside to put something here, will not waste our time to come in, and then you go to the office, they'll tell you it's not ready, there's no one to talk to.
All right.
Is that what I'm saying?
Yes, thank you so much for your submission.
Mom is doing very, very well. I swear. But I think that's not what is happening. That's what is happening down there.
Okay.
I've traveled in and out for 9 times. For the product. It's been there for one year now, more than that.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right.
I don't think all of them like what he's saying now. It doesn't work that way. The Ghanaians have been from out of when you are Ghanaians. That's what I believe now. And that's what I've been told from out there. But it shouldn't be that.
Sir, please stay on as she clarifies. Please stay on.
Yeah. Sir, thank you very much. I'm very happy when we get feedbacks, because sometimes you sit there thinking all is well, and then because we've sent people out there and certain things are happening, or and then you get such feedback, it's the best that can happen to any organization. Okay. So one, it wasn't so clear.
Exactly.
One was he has had his facility license. Yeah. Has he had it? Can we?
I didn't hear that.
Is he on?
Yeah, I think yes.
Did he?
Yes,
He said he had it.
it.
So what he is waiting for is a product registration.
Okay.
And that's what we said.
That's the next phase.
No, you could let it happen concurrently, or you could do one before the other.
Okay.
But one, you actually sometimes you let it happen. Okay. So is it an imported? Well, is it?
Yeah,
is
I think
manufactured
he's outside
or
Ghana.
He's outside, and he's importing or manufacturing here.
Let's deal with it too.
Okay, whichever way. For the, I don't know, I would want to talk to him. But if it is that the he's had the manufacturing license or the storage, he's had the facility license. That's what he said. But he hasn't had the product registration. Then sometimes there are issues with that thing. You see, you bring your products, and then there may be things like simple yeast and malts exceeding the level, the maximum level, maximum acceptable level. Okay. There may be things like even your label. You take the product and maybe you have gone ahead to give a nutrition information, which is not even mandatory as of now. But when you give it, it's a good thing. We like it. But you need to substantiate. Okay. You cannot just take a product and say, I have this much of protein in, that much of carbohydrate in, this much of fat in, and just go away. It needs to be substantiated. You cannot label a product in a certain way and say something like good for the heart. What is it about that is good for the heart? Then maybe you take oil, and we all know the polyunsaturated fatty acids and all of that, and then you take such a product and you say good for the heart. I mean, for such a thing, we just don't take it like that, you see. So we need, after the meeting, we need to even say, so how are we communicating with the person? So there are certain things that go on, and then we have the meeting once every month. Okay, so you can come in, maybe you bring your product in today, and last Wednesday there was a meeting. So you brought it, then you have to wait for a certain, and then around that time, there's a lot going on. We do the evaluation of the product. But anybody should remember, or must remember, that our core mandate is to ensure the protection of public health and safety. But in doing that, we are business friendly. In doing that, we try and make it as easy as possible.
But how swift is the process?
Okay, so that's why I said a lot also may depend on your product. The product. So to start with, something like the facility licensing, for the inspection to be carried out, you need between 2 to 4 weeks, or sometimes even 6 weeks, depending on the queue. Okay, there is so much we can do with the available resources.
We'll come to that.
Yeah,
we'll
so there are
come to the challenges.
We have the vehicles that we need, we have staff we need, and all of that. And so, and it's not like you just take somebody employed yesterday and say, go and do this.
I think the man is back on the line. I think he needs some clarification.
Yeah,
Hello, sir.
I'll be very happy.
Hello.
Thanks for calling back. Do you have any clarifications to make?
Did he? How long was that?
Yeah, what happened is the product is something that is a local made. It's a locally made, and I've backed with all the information that was requested.
What
I'm saying is,
please, what kind of products? Can you disclose that?
You don't need to mention the name, but describe it.
Because I'm saying, I can't disclose it.
No, describe it.
Just give a bit description of the product.
Like it's a milk product, it's a biscuit, it's a beverage.
Oh, no, food.
Food,
but is it a beverage? Is it
any specification?
Beverage.
Beverage.
Okay. Yeah. And it's locally manufactured. Yes. Okay. How long did it take for the licensing to happen, or for the inspection to happen?
Yeah, right.
Inspection. The inspection before even the licensing.
Yeah, the inspection took about 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Okay, so I was talking of 4, 6, whatever. Yes, and then the licensing post inspection.
Yes, that's.
All of it together took 8 weeks.
Everything been done.
Together took 8 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, the license has been.
Okay.
But the product, as I was saying, when I came there in May, and somewhere in August, I've been told that there's a meeting going on, and it looks like what I was told is about children. And I mean, what I'm saying is, if you've got a problem, all you have to do is, when we are filling the form, we'll give in emails. We've got our reps. We've got our telephone numbers. We are in technological world. You have to reach everyone wherever they are. I don't need to call the office and they tell me that come to the office whilst I'm in London.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'll engage him on the side. I'll engage him on the side.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. She will do so well to address your concerns.
You have his number?
Do you want to leave your number after the segment?
Not.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We'll pick your number.
Okay.
All right. So, talking about the expertise you sent out there to check.
Okay,
the
so I
quality
was
of
just,
the product.
so we've gotten a typical thing. 8 weeks, he had the inspection and licensing. I was talking about 4 to 6 weeks for inspection to happen
This
because of the
extended
resources. And post inspection, there is the licensing.
Okay.
Okay, so post inspection, we look at, so we go for the inspection and we may say A, B, C, D were okay, E, F, G, H were not okay. And we'll send you the reports, okay, within a certain time. And when we send you the reports, you're supposed to correct or present what we call the corrective action and preventive action plan, a plan of doing ABC that it will be done. And then we can give you the license, even without coming for a follow-up inspection. And you can just send us pictures. Maybe we said you have a broken door, you have this, send us pictures of whatever, we add it, and then we can even license because you've done the fundamental one. So that is what it takes for the licensing. And the registration has to do with the laboratory analysis. Maybe there are certain products that the testing may have to take longer because even then again, everything is about resources. We may have, we do risk profiling. There are some products that maybe when you do the risk profiling, you may not necessarily get them queuing so long for the lab
So
analysis.
it depends on the type of
It depends on
product.
the type of product. So maybe he's even saying it's a beverage, it's a milk beverage with certain microorganisms that of concern. That's all. Maybe it's sometimes really because of container closure and all of that. That particular product becomes something that
We have
it's a high
another
risk.
caller on air. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning and welcome to Cocoa Digest Morning Show.
Thank you. Good morning, and good morning to your guest.
All right, good morning.
Okay. My name is Terry.
Henry, how may we help you?
Okay, my name is Terry. Calling from Tema.
Okay.
I have a question for your guest. Okay, so we import ice cream powder from Ireland, and recently we wanted to get some of the products from Nigeria as well, our head office. And we know you have to go through registrations and approvals and all that. So we're supposed to pay a particular amount for those processes to begin.
Okay.
Just as we were able to gather the funds to go and pay the initial fee, after paying, nobody told us the amount has been reviewed upwards. So now we've paid the initial information that we got, and now the amount has been reviewed upward. We are now forced to go back and look for another fund to go and top up. And I'm asking this because sometimes it's difficult for us to get timely information from the FDA, and this is a real worry to us. I don't know how she's going to help us address this particular issue. But I'm sure by the time we are able to raise this fund, they will tell us they have adjusted the funds again upwards. So how do we address it?
Well, thank you so much for contributing.
Okay, so we do not review our fees anyhow.
Okay.
Anyway.
Cost friendly, as I spoke
Exactly, and it
about.
goes to Parliament.
Okay.
So the way he's saying that by the time he comes,
There's an increment.
There is an increment. It's not that rampant.
Okay.
It won't be so. But then again, let me say, we do give the information. If by any means he did not get it, we'll apologize for that. Okay. But then we do give the information. We put it on our websites, and then again, it comes back to all of us Ghanaians, me inclusive. Okay. As they say, if you want to hide something from a Ghanaian, put it in a book or publish it or
The
somewhere.
man said you shouldn't say that.
But that is the truth.
Okay.
I mean, really, how many books have you read in the last 5 weeks? Here we are. We don't even, and which website have you visited? Whose website have you visited to see what is happening somewhere? We don't. People will come, and that is where he may not identify or relate because he said he doesn't live here. So there you need to be looking. We see signboards and we still say, I'm looking for this place, and they will tell you that next to the Yokogari woman, we don't do, you get me? That is us.
Yeah. We
That
have
is
another
us. So-
caller from Pokwasi. Hello. Good morning. Hello, Kofi. Good morning. Hello, Kofi. Good morning. Can you hear me? The line just dropped. Yeah. So, you were saying we want to talk about the qualifications of those we send out there to check.
Yes.
Yes.
So actually, you have to be a scientist to be employed by the FDA. Basically, a scientist, so that you understand everything that happens.
Okay.
You understand if you go to a facility and you see the water being used is not safe. You see some places dirty. You see certain things, some chemicals that are being used. You understand the reasons why they are used and how safe they are or otherwise.
So a scientist.
So you
Kofi
must
is
be
back on the line. Let's speak his inputs right now.
He's the one who got
now
back
called-
and then who didn't see that we had increased.
No.
Fees.
There's a different color.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, Kofi.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kofi. You're welcome to Cocoa Digest Morning Show. What's your submission?
Thank you. It's a question, actually.
Okay. Please shoot.
Yeah, so I want to find out, I want to ask the El Beautiful Woman, I want to do some curry, some curry. You know how it's done locally. The place where they do it, how the women do it and all that. You see, that place has to be registered. If I want to package Gary and sell it, must the place be inspected and approved? However, when it is done and where the packaging is done is separate. So when it's done, they bring it to me, and then I do the packaging at a separate place. So in this case, which of these areas or which of these locations will be inspected, where the women are doing it or where the packaging is done? That's what I want to find out.
That's a very good question.
All right. Okay.
So,
Thank you.
when we started, I remember I told you about from farm to fork and
Yes.
from paddock to,
To
plates.
plates. Yeah.
So it's the whole system. It is the entire system from farm to fork. So it's not just where the women are doing it and where. So you that you're doing, you have the responsibility of ensuring supplier quality assurance.
Okay.
You should have a supplier quality assurance system in place. So you go the back integration, then you get there, you audit the place, you inspect the place, you make the place seem as if it is yours. Because the output of that place is going to be your input. And if there is any problem, it will be traced to you.
Okay.
You haven't registered the product as, let's say, Lovelace Johnson Gary.
Okay.
And then I go to that woman by the roadside who is doing something that is not the best. Since I want to take from that woman who does that, I will have to ensure that everything she's doing is okay and will not have a negative impact on the product. Because at the end of the day, when the product is taken, it is my name that is on it. And if there is any foodborne outbreak, foodborne illness or whatever, it will be my problem. So it becomes my responsibility. Now, the question of where is inspected, since you are coming, it is you. It gets to a point that we may even have to go back and see where you are bringing it from, your source. But because of inconvenience, we want documentation from there. So as we are looking at your place, it's not just your place. You need documentation of where you brought it from, who did it, how is it done before you get it, and how often do you inspect your suppliers? Because we need all of that so that when there is a problem, you have documented that there is something happening. You have gone for the inspection, you have done your supplier quality assurance, and we need reports of the last few times that you visited them, how many times you visited them. And that is when we know that you have a system in place that is ensuring that you have taken all necessary precautions and exercised due diligence.
All right. We have so many messages coming up, but due to time constraint, we can't be able to
read
continue.
all of them.
Yes,
Okay.
please. So we'll wrap up here.
Okay.
Do you have anything to say? Do you have any final submission?
Okay, so maybe what we'll say is food safety and the safety of all our regulated products. That's food, drugs, cosmetics, medical devices, household chemical substances, is a collective responsibility. You see somebody doing something wrong, just quickly alert FDA.
Okay.
You can even tell people, look, this particular cream you are doing or this bleach you are doing doesn't have enough chlorine. If it doesn't have enough chlorine in and is used in a hospital, and the people think they have cleaned the place very well, at the end of the day, it's substandard. And what happens? You'll get ill. You go to a hospital to get cured, and then you even get ill or worse off. So all of these things, when you see, you need to point out. And most of the things we're doing, or the regulation we are doing, it can even be better done if the consumers or citizens help us, because some of the things that the traders do or the manufacturers or importers do are consumer driven.
Okay.
It is a consumer that will tell you that, look, we need this that way, we need oranges more ripe, then that is when it is like that, we need this that way, and so they will do that. You know, when the palm oil thing happened, when we did our investigations, we realized the consumers said they wanted it red. So then, wherever it is, they go for it. So consumers, please help us. At the end of the day, you pay your taxpayers and you pay us to protect you. Do whatever you can do in your little corner. And let's get everybody safe with regards to food, drugs, cosmetics, medical devices, household chemical substances, vaccines, and all that we use on a daily basis.
All right. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful insight. Unfortunately, our time is limited, so we have to do this again. Thank you so much for passing through. Yeah. So our viewers out there, I hope you've been enlightened by the Director of Inspectorate from the Food and Drugs Authority. And I thank you so much for staying through the program. Thank you so much. Without you, this couldn't have been possible. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Till we come your way again, have a wonderful day and take very good care of yourself. Bye-bye.